Epidemic. I don't know if they made roster changes.
No, we didn't make any roster changes. Just changed the name. We definitely had some people missing tonight, though, which was an issue for us on D. But you guys are a better team tonight, so well done, good game.
All right, so I guess I have a specific question concerning Rain Dance. Tower Tribe, this is for you. What was your guys' problem there? I mean, from your point of view.
I guess I left, but I think that's the second time we played Ray Dance as a team, so we never played on map.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, as far as you guys playing up against the offense that was coming from Team Epidemic, was that it seemed like they were doing some really good timings there between their cappers and they're just clearing out the flag stand. Was that kind of stuff just surprising to you? You guys, were you expecting that kind of coordination coming out from them?
If you're asking me that, my internet just got out, so I have no idea what you just said.
He's asking about their old coordination. They were good on Rain Dance, then again, we weren't too used to playing that. I think the other maps are about the same, but we're so much more used to playing those maps that we can deal with it better.
One thing that really seemed effective somewhat that caught us off guard was their standoff seemed to be wave after wave of Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Which was annoying and kind of got us a little flustered. We kind of had to adapt to it. We hadn't seen it before, and it didn't really give us an opportunity to set up. But I mean, we were able to overcome that, I guess. But we lost a few, cheap returns, which is what happens with punks and stuff like that. But it was an interesting strategy. Like I said, it didn't allow us to ever get into our, normal hill position with our loadouts and everything like that. So it was kind of a new look from some we haven't seen before.
Yeah, it was definitely something we noticed and commented on, was how it was just always one or two people. You know what I mean? Normally with most teams, it's four or none, right? Nobody goes in alone. But with them, it was just one, then two, then one, then two, then one, then one, then one, then two. And it was pretty crazy to watch. On the flip side, for you guys, it was pretty crazy to watch your guys' O dominance, particularly the Raider O. There was one moment in the opening on Crossfire, I laughed out loud because your guys' three Raider O just happened to roll into Blue Jay, and he didn't stand a chance. Dude just got melted in a second. I think that was the biggest difference on Crossfire. You guys just totally dominated their base, and there was nothing they could do about it. I think there was even one time when they brought the flag home and took it all the way around to some other side of the map to pass it off because their base wasn't a safe place to go.
Yeah, that's another thing. On their home standoff on Crossfire, I don't know if they meant to do it, but it's they were rabbiting, it looked like. I think they might have done it because they were down a couple caps, but they seemed to be rabbiting with a Pathfinder or two, and then sending the rest in just waves of Pathfinder and Raiders. But we caught him by himself out in the open. I was like, this guy's by himself. What's he doing? It was a weird strategy. They were just kind of trying to boost away from us and keep away. So it was definitely some new looks tonight.
Can you comment on that, Rip, on what we just touched on?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I'll tell you one thing, going back to, I don't know what map you're talking about, but the wave of Pathfinders, that's definitely not our strat, so I don't know what was going on there. I mean, we definitely don't want to send 1 and 2 guys in Pathfinder, because you're not going to last very long as far as that goes. On Crossfire, I mean, you guys did an awesome job, just overwhelming our base, so the idea there was we were just trying to buy time to get the return and just stay away from the base, and when somebody went towards the base, it was like, no, don't go over there. They got 3-4 raiders over there, plus an infiltrator or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the whole point there was just to keep the flag away from the base, because if we rabbited there, you weren't gonna be able to catch us in Pathfinder versus Raider if we stayed away from you. We were infiltrator, but definitely our return strat is not to send a wave of paths. So I don't really know what happened there, but I mean, whatever. We didn't play so well. You guys are good, so good games.
Yeah, in the heat of the moment, things get kind of crazy, and it's hard to recall exactly why something happened the way that it did.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know how it is. Sometimes people get flustered and things get out of sort, and then once everything goes to hell, I mean, it's pretty much it,
Yeah, it's hard to recover from that, no doubt.
Yeah, actually, that's interesting that wasn't your strat. We completely thought it was your strategy to just send in waves of Pathfinders because it was working to a certain extent. Like you got some good returns off of it, and I think you even got a few caps off of it. But it was, we weren't expecting it whatsoever. We're used to, having a little bit of a lull after we cleared, the chasers out, the e-grabbers or whatever. But it was literally just non-stop conks everywhere. And Dynamite Stick was getting pretty annoyed by the fact that he was getting conked and had to shoot it in the Pathfinder every 2 seconds. So
Yeah, we'll have to watch the VOD on that and see how well that actually works.
yeah.
Yeah, so Nanner, Tilia, I guess you guys aren't super fond of Rain Dance and Sevens. Is that why you guys haven't played it, or just because you guys don't play a whole lot and don't get the starting roster on a bunch?
I played it once, but I played it with ZFZ, and it was literally the slowest thing ever. It's just really slow. It's really big. It's bad for sevens. It was a little bit better for eights, but we didn't our coordination was just absolutely terrible on Rain Dance. Like, you could probably notice that. We had cappers coming in at the wrong times. The LO was spread out, like crazy. We didn't have a Hoff and a tech. Like, we didn't protect the gens at all for the first 15 minutes. So our strategy was just completely backwards for the map. So we not only do we not really play it, but we didn't really think about what we should have done before we came into it. And obviously they took advantage. They had a great strat for it. Their timing was on point. Their defense was on point. So, I mean, they definitely outplayed us on that map for sure.
You guys got better with Rain Dance as time went on, though. There was a couple times we had pretty synced up clear for the cappers. I don't know if they didn't get out or what it was, but I mean, as the map went on, you guys made some pretty good adjustments as far as that map goes. We play that a lot, so. But I agree, though. Rain Dance is definitely too big and too slow for sevens, and it's a little bit better for eights, for sure. But
yeah, that's a 10v10 map. There's no doubt about that.
Agreed.
Especially with Naked Spawn, then it becomes a whole different ball game, and then the slow pace is totally okay. But in sevens, I think we all agree on that point. I will say this, though, for you, Rip, and on behalf of Epidemic, I've always kind of pegged your team as a team that will definitely make you pay if you guys don't come prepared. Like, no matter who you are, regardless of where you're at in the hierarchy of things, like, if you guys are going to come prepared with a strategy and you're going to be all ready to go, and if you come, underprepared, then you'll make them pay. And you guys showed that on Rain Dance, so I think you definitely turned some heads with that. And the other games, I think those are definitely games where the scores don't necessarily reflect, the excitement in the game, because they were close back and forth. There was a lot of plays, all the way around. So I had a lot of fun watching it. It was entertaining. I hope everybody else did as well.
I mean, I think you guys would agree. I mean, it's tough playing. Our Hoff wasn't here, so I've never played Hoff before. So I kind of just stepped into that role, and we had to put somebody else in that doesn't typically play into my role. So on the defensive side, especially for the last two maps, I mean, playing Hoff on Rain Dance is pretty easy, especially when the offense isn't in sync. But on the other maps, there's just way too much going on. If you're not used to playing, it's such a hard position to play and whatnot. So that's what really killed us on Crossfire and Kata, because we were getting overwhelmed way too easily on defense, and we had two guys out of position that don't typically do those things. So we just try to adjust and do the best we can with what we thought might work. But kudos to you guys. You guys had a phenomenal offense on both of those maps for sure. And I think honestly on Kata, I saw the capper coming in once. So that just shows how bad I am at playing Hoff.
So, quick question, I guess, for you, Tilia, since I think this is relevant to your position. What are your thoughts on Heavy on Flag and its viability on Crossfire, compared to what else you can play?
Oh, I never play Heavy. We usually don't run a Heavy on Crossfire. So.
Why not?
We'd rather kill their LO and try and get damage on the stand with Thumper or Nitron. Or sniping.
Yeah, Dynamite Sick was definitely on. I got a ridiculous shot of him. By the way, I was doing like alternative camera angle myself. And there was like a moment on Rain Dance where it was just him one-on-one with some capper in the middle of a route, and he just had like the most ridiculous mid-air snipe. So I'll definitely try to get that to you guys.
That's the thing about Dyna. Like, he'll hit some ridiculous shots, but then he'll have maps where he's not hitting shit, and he'll mid-map be like, dude, I'm not hitting anything. he will be just completely off, and I have to switch to soldier because he's not able to hit anything. But then there's some nights where it's like he's amazing, like he hits everything that he aims at.
Yeah, but he's a smart player, so he knows when his contributions, he knows like where they're at. So if he has to switch to soldier, like he's gonna be smart enough to be like, all right, switch to soldier.
For sure, he plays tribe.
Tribe.
As long as we're talking about the Sentinels, man, Alec Caban was doing work there for Team Epidemic, man. I remember there was one point on Catabatic, Nanner. You had the flag and you were out, and he landed 3 snipes in a row and took you out, and it was just insanity watching that.
Yes, absolutely. There was one point where I was telling our offense, I was like, just kill the sniper. Forget everything else. For the love of God, kill the sniper. That's all you need to kill. And he still was able to. Like, there was one point on Catabatic where Mock was like, all right, I'm on the sniper. He goes, all right, I got him. And literally half a second before he says he kills Alakaban, he gets a snipe off and kills me right before I'm about to clear line of sight. So he was definitely a beast, and I had never heard his name before. So
no, Al's definitely clutch, and he's just the perfect example that if you need a position and you're in a pub and you see somebody crushing it, feel free to give him a tryout and see what he can do, because that's exactly what we did with Al. I was in a pub and he was tearing it up as sniper, so I just asked him if he wanted to play competitively and see what he can do. And no, he's definitely a clutch sniper. I consider him one of the best. I mean, he's definitely good at what he does.
He's one of the best played against in scrims. I mean, I put his aim up there probably almost with tailspin, to be honest, and with clutch shots, like it was crazy. I felt more affected by him than some of the other snipers that I've gone against in competition, for sure. And I'd never heard of him before.
And he does an excellent job at finding the capper before they're anywhere near the flag, so we know exactly where they're coming from, especially on a map like Rain Dance, and it gets so open. But he does a good job of identifying. So I think you guys did a good job, keeping him busy and keeping him distracted a little bit on some of the maps too, so that when you guys came in, he wasn't able to spot you out. So no, he definitely did a good job tonight for sure.
Yeah, there was some points in that map where I was seeing Nanner go out, and I'd see in the background Mako would start going to town on Alakaban like immediately as Nanner was coming in. So really good coordination there from you guys, dealing with that problem you were having, but at the same time, like you were saying, even under that distraction, still able to land those clutch shots. So congrats on that pickup there for Team Epidemic and getting Alakaban.
I will say, I forgot after playing the CSN term over the weekend, I forgot how great it is to play defense without whiteouts being involved, because I forgot how freaking annoying they can be. And tonight, that definitely was the case. So hopefully we just ban those all together, to be honest.
Craig, have you been trying to say something this whole time? I constantly see your little light go off.
Oh,
and on.
no, I'm probably just like, I'm so into this team deathmatch, I'm just like popping the mic somehow.
Just doing so good. You're throwing mind bolts all over the place, hitting the microphone transmit. Well, either way, guys, Blitz, you have any more questions for him?
No, man, I think that about covers it. Great match from both of you guys tonight.
Yeah, phenomenal match. That was definitely a lot of intense plays. Like I was even, like Blitz was saying earlier, even though the scores on those last two matchups, like people would probably look at it and be like, oh, that'd be a crappy game, but those were just insanity coming from both teams. So good job to both teams, and good luck in the future.
Good games, guys.
Yeah, good games. Thanks for casting, fellas.
Hey, and thanks for both of you teams coming in here. We really do appreciate it. A lot of communities don't see this, A lot of teams are, in most games, like, oh, he's our arch nemesis. We're never going to give up our secrets or talk about strategies. And, a lot of the Tribes teams do, and we really appreciate that.
I think it's good for the game, man. I think we need to get more top teams or more quality teams playing. So hopefully a lot more teams are showing up and whatnot on the ladders and leagues and whatnot. So
yeah, on that note, just about what you just said, Craig, I think it's a lot less to do with secret strategies and more to do with execution. So I think that's why in Tribes it's a little less important, because we come from a culture of watching each other's demos, right? So there's never anything left to question. It's like, okay, I know exactly what he did, but what are you going to do, right? When somebody's really, really good, it's a matter of stopping them, not knowing what they're doing.
And I think that's okay. If you compare that to just sports and stuff too, teams watch film or demos on other teams and what they're doing. It's just, can you stop it? So I think it's definitely good. So good games tonight. Thanks for casting, and hopefully things go well. Good luck in CSN this weekend to both of you guys.
Yeah, you guys too.
All right, see you guys.
All right, and that should wrap it up here. That was the interview that we just had here between Team Epidemic and Tao of Tribe. Just 3 games coming out of them. Just very, very action-packed. My roommate's laughing about something in the background. I'm not sure if you guys heard that or not, but he's cracking himself up right now.
Right, and thank you, Guitar Guy and Blitz, for coming in here and casting with me this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me. I look forward to doing this again.
For sure.
Yeah, it was good times. Thanks for cameraman and Craig.
Also, if you haven't yet, we'd love it if you could follow us here on Twitch, twitch.tv/tribescast. Click the little follow button. Every time we go live, you will get a nice little email in your inbox saying, hey, your buddies Tribescast are online, and you can follow it on there. However, if you do happen to miss a match, or cast, have you can go on to tribescast.com and view all of our past videos. I think we just popped 300. Yes, that's right, we are insane. We have 300 matches on video on demand for you to watch. Last plug of the night, facebook.com/tribescast. As always, thank you all for hopping in, watching us tonight, chatting in the group. So much fun. Take it easy. This is Craig. Oh, Guitar Guy.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to plug one more thing. We had Tribescast. We are trying to put together some public pickup games for the community, and they all are so going to be casted. Freaky has made a server for us, and we're trying to use that for pickups. So please idle in pound Tribescast on both irc.tribalwar.com and irc.quakenet.org. And that is pound Tribescast. Come hang out with us, and we'll let you know whenever those pickup games are going online. They will be casted, so we'll also put them up on our website so everyone can see themselves play. It's exciting stuff.
Indeed, sir.
All right, Craig, I'm running on hour 28 here, so I'm going to go and pass out. Take it